Horacio Hernandez Herrera. Horacio Hernandez Herrera, believed to be a member of the Sinaloa International Drug Cartel, appeared in Makati Court on conviction for selling drugs. Makati City Regional Trial Court Branch found Herrera guilty beyond reasonable doubt in violation of Section 5, Article 2 of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act. Acting Presiding Judge Selma Palacio Alares sentenced the Mexican national to life imprisonment and ordered him to pay a fine. Philippine National Police Anti-Illegal Drugs Special Operations Task Force arrested Herrera in front of a restaurant along Makati Avenue, Makati City on January 11, 2015. Seized in his possession were 2.2 kilos of cocaine. Herrera pleaded not guilty to the charge against him and claimed that he was abducted to extort money from him. He also questioned the legality of his arrest, but the court said that the prosecution was able to establish the legality of the accused arrest, that he was arrested for selling dangerous drugs. It also stressed that contrary to Herrera's defense, the integrity and evidentiary value of the pieces of evidence seized had been preserved. Marciano Milan Vasquez. Marciano Chano Milan Vasquez is a Los Zetas cartel enforcer convicted of multiple crimes relating to drug and weapon trafficking, including murder. Milan Vasquez was arrested in Texas in 2015 on suspicion of being the regional leader of Los Zetas and Piedras Negras on the grounds that his alleged crimes were related to the trafficking of drugs into the USA and so fell under Texan prosecutors' jurisdiction. Based on abundant witness testimony, he was charged with multiple counts of murder, drug trafficking, and weapons trafficking. Former Zetas testified that Milan Vasquez worked with other cartel leaders to bribe and intimidate politicians to protect the Los Zetas trafficking operations. Other witnesses testified that Milan Vasquez had killed at least 29 people. He was also involved in the 2011 Allende massacre. Most horrifyingly, one witness testified that Milan Vasquez had once dismembered a 6-year-old girl while she was still alive in front of her parents before ordering the parents and 15 others to be executed. The witness, a convicted trafficker who was not named for his own protection, told the court he was forced to witness 18 killings in a single night as punishment for losing the drugs and as a warning to cover the loss. During his trial, witnesses told how he began as a foot soldier for the gang but worked his way up. Eventually, he was given the position of boss in Piedras Negras, a city in the state of Coahuila and a hotbed for smugglers. For years he operated with impunity, helping to smuggle millions of dollars worth of drugs over the border and killing anyone who got in his way. Milan Vasquez was convicted on all counts in 2016 and received 7 life sentences. He also received an additional 10-year prison sentence for lying to officials and was fined $1 million. Angel Felix Gallardo. Mexico's Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo was the mastermind behind the Guadalajara Cartel, also known as La Federación. Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo was considered Mexico's most powerful drug trafficker when he was arrested for the murder of U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration agent Enrique Kiki Camarena in 1985. Felix Gallardo's organization is considered the forefather of modern Mexican drug cartels. The Guadalajara cartel was so successful that Felix Gallardo decided to expand his organization. He even partnered with the Cali cartel and the Medellin cartel of Colombia to export his products to Tijuana. Felix Gallardo's political connections kept him safe until 1989, when Mexican authorities arrested him from his home, still in a bathrobe. Police officers bribed some of those Felix Gallardo had called friends to help bring him to justice. 3 of them came at me and knocked me to the ground with rifle butts, he later wrote in his prison diary about his arrest. They were people I had known since 1971 in Culiacan. Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo was worth over $500 million when he was apprehended. He was eventually sentenced to 37 years in prison. Known as the boss of bosses, the 76-year-old founder of the Guadalajara cartel has been in prison since 1989 and is blind in one eye and deaf in one ear. Felix Gallardo has served 33 years of a 40-year prison sentence. A judge granted Felix Gallardo house arrest with a tracking device on the grounds that he is in danger of dying before completing his sentence. Rosalio Reta. Rosalio Reta was an enforcer for the Los Zetas gang in Nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas during the 2000s. Rosalio Reta was born in Nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas, Mexico in 1990, and he was raised on both sides of the United States-Mexico border. At the age of 13, he crossed the bridge into Nuevo Laredo in search of adventure and was introduced to the Gulf Cartel when his friend Gabriel Cardona took him to a ranch to report for duty for Miguel Trevino Morales. There, he witnessed his first executions, and he was turned into a child soldier for Los Zetas. That same night, Trevino had Retta execute his first victim, and he became part of a team of highly skilled assassins chosen from Mexican-American youths after training in handguns, assault rifles, and rocket launchers. Trevino then released his team of assassins onto the streets of Laredo, Texas, engaging in a series of high-profile murders. After he botched the job in Mexico, he knew that he would face Trevino's death, so he surrendered to the law and agreed to testify against the Zetas. When he was finally caught, Rosalio Retta told detectives here that he had felt a thrill each time he killed. It was like being Superman or James Bond. Retta also told the police that he had attended a training camp in Mexico for 6 months where he learned to shoot assault rifles and engage in hand-to-hand combat. One of his instructors, he said, was an Israeli mercenary. Mr. Retta was also proud of his marksmanship. He was sentenced to 70 years in prison for his murders. That was it for today's video. Before leaving, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.